Well, you know, when people come before me and they say they're around the wrong people, like the other suspect in this case, if I were to talk to him,
Right,
he would say, I'm around the wrong people. And I'd say, who would that be? And he'd say, you.
right.
A heartbroken mother sits in the gallery watching her college-educated son trade his potential for a pair of handcuffs. Tory House is pleading guilty to burglary of a building after a 5-year meth addiction dragged him into the criminal underworld. He claims he just fell in with the wrong crowd, but Judge Boyd isn't buying the excuses. Stick around for the moment Judge Boyd calls his mother up to the microphone. It's
25 CR 013596, State versus Tory House. Can I have parties announced?
We're underway for Mr. House.
And are you Mr. House?
Yes. Yeah.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. House, did you review the application for deferred adjudication or community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We're introduced to Tory House, a college-educated man whose life has taken a devastating turn due to a 5-year meth addiction. His mother watches from the gallery, heartbroken, as her son stands in cuffs instead of a graduation gown. It's a painful contrast potential versus reality. How does someone fall this far? And more importantly, could this have been stopped?
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
I'm so sorry, state, if you can write another dismissal, because they like to sign their own, I should say. Mhm.
Also, give it to Judge Key.
Okay, thank
Got
you.
it.
All right, Mr. House, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
All right, and count 1F. You're charged with burglary of a building. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Sir.
If I were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. House, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1, paragraph F. There's a $1,200 fine. Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, the anti-theft course, a felony drug court referral, and if not accepted, safe P. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
The judge carefully outlines the consequences and the possible plea arrangement. Deferred adjudication is on the table, a second chance, but not an easy one. Drug court, community service, strict supervision. This isn't freedom, it's a structured path to redemption. The real question is, will he take it seriously or waste it like the chances before?
Then to count 1, paragraph F, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states exhibit 1 in all.
No objections.
State, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses? The state will call on the right to remain silent.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just that the court follow our agreement.
All right. So do you have any children?
No.
Do you have any family support?
Yes.
They are present in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Okay. How far did you go in school?
College.
Okay. So how did you get on this path?
Just being around the wrong people and just not following like the path that I was on out of school.
Well, you know, when people come before me and they say they're around the wrong people, like the other suspect in this case, if I were to talk to him,
Right.
he would say, I'm around the wrong people. And I'd say, who would that be? And he'd say you.
Right.
So how old are you?
I'm 33.
All right. And so how long have you been using?
For like 5 years.
And what were you using?
Right.
Okay. All right. So it's obvious that you're going to need some help with drug addiction. And is his family members going to allow him to live with them if they?
That was part of the issue that we were discussing, Your Honor, hence why we, after conferring with the state, they want him to go to felony drug court, and if he's not accepted, to go to safety. And upon his release, if he's successful on this rehab, then they would consider him being able to live with
Alright.
his mother.
So his mom is here.
Then comes the deeper issue addiction. 5 years of meth use. At this point, it's clear this isn't just a legal problem. It's a personal battle. The judge acknowledges it plainly he needs help. But here's the catch. Help only works if there's structure and support. Without it, the cycle continues. So who's responsible for making that support actually work?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I speak with her?
Sure.
All right. If she'll come up.
Might have difficulty. She is in a wheelchair. Let me help her.
Sure. Hello. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to grant his application for probation. But when people have drug addictions, it has to be a global support system, right? Probation can't help him if you're not helping him. So that means if he does come to stay with you, you're going to have to lay down the law and there's going to have to be consequences. And if he's not following those, you're going to have to pick up the phone and call probation. Your attorney will tell you if somebody is on probation and they call probation and say, hey, you know, I think I'm going to use, you know, what's going to end up happening in this court? I'm going to set it for a compliance hearing. They're going to come in and we're going to see what help we can give them. But we can't have people disappearing and not reporting, and then they don't report and say, well, I got afraid, so I never show back up, because that limits options.
That's the circle we've been in.
All right,
We've done rehab, we've tried rehab,
okay.
and I've been in the circle with my son. And that's why I was talking with this attorney, explaining that just throwing him back out there, I don't think we'll be setting him up for success,
Okay,
to be truthfully honest. So when they said inpatient treatment, I think that would be the best.
all right, so,
I'm there to support, I'm 1,000% for my children, but I don't want to see him come right back up in front of me.
but you're strong enough for him to have consequences for actions.
Yes,
All right. So I can tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to refer him to felony drug court, and you'll need to talk to them to see if they have room for him.
I already talked to Rashad about that, so
Okay.
it should be good.
And then what I'll do is, if he's accepted a felony drug court, I am going to put him on GPS with a curfew. And so
What does
we'll
the
know
court-
where he is.
What did the court consider waiving the GPS fees just because of
Oh,
his
yeah.
indigency status?
Yes, the fees will be waived, but that's so we'll know him. Because right now he's going to have to build up his level of trust with probation, and felony drug court makes them build up the level of trust before he's allowed to do other things. All right, other than,
The mother speaks, and her pain is undeniable. She's been through this cycle before rehab attempts: hope, disappointment. She wants to support her son, but not at the cost of watching him fail again. It's a heartbreaking balance, love versus accountability. Meanwhile, the judge lays out a structured plan: drug court, GPS monitoring, strict oversight. This is a system designed not just to punish, but to rebuild.
the drug treatment, is there anything else that he needs?
No, I think that's, I mean, maybe mental health.
Okay. A felony drug court, they have a dual diagnosis program, so they'll address any mental health issues with any substance abuse.
Yes, and I think between those two, he'd be smart. Academic scholarship to Texas Tech,
Okay.
smart kid,
Mhm.
youth orchestra. Southern
wow.
California Youth Orchestra, he can play violin, viola, cello, bass.
Oh,
He can play
wow.
all of it. He was very talented. He got mixed up with the wrong people
Mhm.
and I couldn't get him back.
All right. Well, we're going to try to get him back on the right track.
He's a good kid. He really is.
Okay.
It's down in there somewhere. We just need to find him again.
Okay. So I'm going to grant his motion and we're going to see about getting him some treatment. So if felony drug court doesn't accept him, that means he'll be going into an inpatient treatment. And even if he's accepted in felony drug court, they'll set his conditions. So they may decide he still needs inpatient treatment as well. Okay.
Thank you so very
All
much.
right. You're welcome.
And just,
Thank you.
can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Vanessa Smith.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And if you'll make sure she gives probation her information.
Sure, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. House. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. When's the last time you had any type of employment?
It's been a couple of years.
Okay. We're gonna do our best to get you back on track, all right? So I'm gonna sentence you to 4 years.
We learn more about who Tori used to be: a scholarship student, musically gifted, full of promise. That revelation stings. It reminds us that addiction doesn't discriminate, it can derail anyone. The judge acknowledges his potential, but makes it clear potential means nothing without action. So now the stakes are higher than ever. Can he find his way back?
Deferred adjudication. There's to be a referral to felony drug court in custody. They'll probably be able to see you on Tuesday because it's late in the week. If not accepted, then SafeP. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, partial GPS for treatment, waive GPS fees, field visits 1 time per month until further notice, 120 hours of community service restitution. There's a $1,200 fine. That will be probated. Take in consideration 2025 CR 013595, 2025 CC 015356. Restitution and no, if any, and no contact with the following. All right, you're gonna have to do better. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for your mom. Get back into playing your instruments, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be
Welcome.
excused?
Yes.